Alright, welcome Dad.
Hello.
Today we're going to be talking about payday loans and how they're predatory.
Oh.
So first off, let's define what a payday loan is.
Okay.
You don't know what these are, right?
No.
Yeah. So pretty much a payday loan is any small loan that you can take out from, it's a private company instead of the bank.
Oh, okay.
And people take it out when they are like in really fast, desperate need of money.
Okay.
And they can't go to a normal bank to get out a loan is because, or the reason is because the normal banks have a lot of special requirements that you need to even be eligible for a loan.
Yeah.
And these can include collateral, purpose of a loan, proof of income, and proof of residency.
Okay.
And if people don't have any of these, you just can't get a normal bank loan.
Yeah.
So that's why they go to the payday loan companies, because they're just desperate.
Oh.
But the difference between a normal loan and a payday loan is that the interest rate is actually like a lot higher.
Oh, seriously?
But they market it in a way so that it doesn't seem high, because they say like you owe X amount of dollars for every $100 you take out.
Yeah.
But that adds up a lot over time.
Oh, really?
Because it's compounded. But we're gonna get to that later.
Okay.
So with a normal loan, like from bank, interest can be for like credit card 20%, student loan 8%, mortgage like 7%.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And then for a payday loan,
Right.
it could be up to like 400% and higher
You're kidding
per
me?
year. Yeah, that's coming off the annual percentage rate, which is the APR, and that's just like
Seriously?
how much you owe by the end of the year. Yeah. So that's why it's super dangerous, because it can seem like a tiny amount of money at first, and
So
then
they
it
say
builds
we'll
up.
give you a loan, but it's 400% interest.
Yeah, but they don't specifically say that. They just say $15 or $20 per $100 that you owe, or that you take out. But yeah, that's what it actually
I'm confused.
is. So basically, it starts off. So like what they say is that it's like $15 or $20 per $100 that you take out.
Okay.
But that's only for 1 month, and since there's like 12 months in a year.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
That's it. Like builds up every single month, and that's what the compounded part is.
Compound.
So basically, yeah, compound interest.
So what's compound interest?
It's basically it's interest on top of interest.
Oh,
So
seriously as well.
yeah, so with
Oh my
this
God.
compound interest, it's not taking, you're not paying the interest, or like the interest isn't based off the start amount. Like your annual percentage rate
Okay.
would not be based off the start amount. It's based off, so the interest goes off every single amount that you owe per month. So like if it started off as $100.
Right.
And then like you had a certain interest rate.
Yeah.
And let's say at the end of the month, the interest rate brought it to $5.
Okay.
The next month, the interest rate would not be based off $100, but rather off that $105.
Oh my God.
And
really?
then it builds up over
That's
the
why you
entire
end
year.
up paying so much.
Yeah, and that's why people don't realize, because
what?
they don't understand what
What's that
compound
called?
interest. That's compound interest.
Compound interest.
Yeah.
Not like that.
And so that's what I'm
No
gonna help you
interest
find.
in that.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you by defining the formula for this compound interest.
Okay.
So this is what you want to use when you're trying to figure out how much you want to, or how much you're gonna owe at the end, or the APR.
Yeah. Or I could just get you, right? Do the formula.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that all the time. Right, so you got the compound interest formula. I'm just gonna write it down, and we're gonna define it after.
All right.
So it's A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the power of T times N. So this is the skeleton of any compound interest.
All right. Doesn't look too bad.
Question. So
No
first we're
idea
gonna
what it is.
define what these are. So A, this is the APR,
APR.
and that's just how much
yeah,
you're gonna
you
owe at the
said
end.
that.
Yeah.
You said that earlier, right?
And then P, that's the principal. It's called the principal amount, but it's pretty much just the amount that you're starting off, or the amount that you're taking off to begin with. Taking out to begin with.
Okay. Got
Assuming that there's no more withdrawals or additions. So, and then you have 1 plus. That's just to balance it out, and then the R is just the rate.
it. Okay.
So that's the interest rate
Okay.
that's compounding, and then the N is how many times it's compounded per that year,
Okay.
and usually it's per month, so it'd be 12.
12. Wow.
And then the T is the amount of times it's compounded.
Okay.
So that's just like the time.
Okay.
And then the end's just compounded again to make it compounded. And then, so that's the formula.
Yeah.
And in order to help you visualize like how dangerous these predatory loans can actually be, we're going to move on to a little practice problem. So it can help you
All right.
in these real situations, okay? So it says, calculate the annual interest rate in percentage if a payday loan company charges $15 interest per month for every $100 owed.
Okay.
So this might seem confusing at
$100.
first, but pretty much it's 15% interest every month, starting off 100. And that's like, so we're pretty much just trying to find like how much is gonna the interest will be in the full year.
Yeah.
So in order to find that, first we have to figure out what the interest per month is. So that'd just be simply $15, which is the interest, over 100, because that's the amount you owe.
Right.
And that's, what is that?
What, say the 50?
15 over 100.
0.15.
Yup, let's
I
go.
remember that.
0.15.
Yeah.
So we have 0.15. That's our interest in decimal form.
Yeah.
But if we want to get that, first let's just calculate the rate in percentage form, or the annual percentage rate, or in decimal
We
form.
need
sorry.
to know how many months there are in the year, though, right?
Yes. How many months are in a year?
Okay, 12.
Perfect. So we do 0.15 times 12. Because
Right.
it's all 12 months.
Okay, do you need help with that as well?
Equals, no, I got this, 1.8.
1.8.
So,
Very good.
and that's going to equal 180%, because he's trying to buy 100 to get to the annual percentage rate.
So that's the, oh my god. So that's the interest rate is 180%.
And remember, like for a credit card, it's 20% usually.
Yeah.
And for a mortgage, it's 7%. And
So
for a payday
20
loan,
was
it's
high.
180%.
180%.
And this is like,
And that's not what you said earlier, right? Because you didn't do the formula thing yet. So this is
No,
non-compounded.
this isn't even compound. Or no, this is just like, this is just the rate. There's no compound here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 180%
Wow.
for just starting off $100.
Okay.
How much I was looking for. So now we're gonna go on to like an example. So it says, determine how much you would owe after 4 months of not paying back a $500 payday loan compounded monthly at the interest in part A.
Okay.
So, first off, for this problem, we're just gonna use the formula and plug in the numbers. So I'm gonna write down the formula here.
180%.
Yeah.
I'm still
It's
shocked at
crazy.
Yeah.
So don't get a payday loan. That's all I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
Won't.
1 plus R over N times T to the N. So this is our
Yeah, I
skeleton.
remember this, yeah.
So first we're gonna define our variables.
Okay.
So we're gonna start from. I'm just gonna go left to right. So
Yeah,
A,
cool.
we don't know what that is because that's
No,
that's the final answer. The
Yeah.
final amount you owe. P is the principal.
Yeah.
Which is
$500.
starting off.
Oh, I have to help you with this.
Yup, you can help me. Gotta be engaged.
All right.
500.
I know what 1 is. That's easy.
Yeah, you know what plus is. R.
R was 1.8, right?
Yeah, 1.8 for the
Yeah.
annual. 1.8. N. So that's the amount of times it's compounded, and so it says per month. So.
All right. So
Be 12.
again, 12 months in the year.
And then
On this
T.
planet.
Yep. T equals.
4.
Boom. All right, so we have all our
4
variables.
months.
So this is just
Right.
after 4 months. So now we're
Right.
gonna plug it into our equation. So we have A equals 500 as P times 1 plus 1.8 over 12 to the power of our time was 4, but since our annual percentage rate isn't in units of years, we're gonna have to put over 12.
Oh, 4 over 12.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So then, and then times 12 is just compounded. So
Okay.
pretty much these just cancel out. So I guess. Boom, boom. So it's just 4.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So now we're just gonna simplify this till we get to the final answer.
Do you need help with this math? I'm not sure I can do this.
That's why we got the calculator.
Seriously?
So that was a smooth transition.
Okay.
Okay. So we got it was 500 times 1 plus. So you gotta use the parentheses so it doesn't mess it up.
Yeah. Okay.
1.8 divided by 12 to the power of 4. Boom. Oh wait. Oh, I did 5 plus, not my bad. I was supposed to do 5
That's all right.
times.
I didn't see what you did.
500, sorry. 500 times 1 plus parentheses 1.8 divided by 12 and all of that to the power of 4. Boom.
874
874
after
starting
4
at
months.
500 just after 4 months.
Just after 4 months.
So let's circle our answer. 874.5.
874. Seriously.
Boom. Just after 4 months of not paying it.
All right, well, you've talked me out of this.
Yeah, and that's just starting off like them telling you only owe $15 per $100 that you owe.
Yeah.
But that's $874.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
thank you for that. It's very useful.
they're dangerous, right?
Dangerous.
Yes. So what kind of like actions do you think we can take in order to avoid these predatory loans and help the community avoid them too?
Well, I've been driving down Winchester, right, and there's one that has a green sign.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what it was until you explained it. But how can we avoid it?
Yeah. Like, how do you think?
Well, you could. I'll give you some money if you need money, right?
Oh,
If you're stuck,
okay,
you know?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'd also like to note that these payday loan companies, they strategically target
Right.
like lower income neighborhoods and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because they know that these people
Yeah.
aren't going to be able to
Oh.
get a bank loan, which is
Okay.
that's why it's so
Okay.
dangerous, because these people are the ones who need it most,
God.
and that's why they're there. So like some things that we could do to take action would probably be like educate the community, right?
Yeah. Because it's about budgeting, right? They gotta.
Like, so a lot of people don't learn this in school, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're dangerous.
Oh, that's
Well,
terrible.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for the info.
You're welcome.
Cool.
All right, don't get a payday loan.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.